items that are on display here are all related to the history of the Austin Police Department, to the officers who have worked here, and to incidents that have occurred through the years. We have the dress hat from Boss Thorpe, who was the chief for 30 years, 1929 to 1959. But that room was filled up to the level of the shelf that you see here and a little bit beyond with items that people had brought down here thinking they were items that we needed to preserve, and they were for the most part. It was things directly related to the history of the police department. I would estimate that there were hundreds, if not thousands, of photographs. I'm hoping I'll be able to identify in a meaningful way those photographs. There are also probably 30 or 40 this large copies of old photographs showing the old police cars, the old jail, just what the department looked like as long as ago as maybe in the 20s. Right. And they were in frames just stacked on the counter in there. So all of those things, and uniforms, and sometimes 5 or 6 of the same uniform. So I want to have 1 or 2 preserved so that we have a history of what the different uniforms look like in the department. Any kind of paperwork that might be generated in the police department, copies or originals had been put in here. So that's what I'm going to try to make sense of over the next few months. It won't fit into this space. It's going to go into boxes and be stored until such time as there is more space to display it, or if someone wants to do some research on the department, they'd be able to access those materials. They've long since passed the date when it would be proprietary information of any sort. It's nothing that would have any current value into any cases or anything. It's all very old things.
I think that people would be interested in seeing the past of the department, and there's just not a lot that the officers have been able to see in quite a number of years. One of the things, I mean, we've thrown around different ideas to where items could be maybe moved around to the different substations, whether we have some type of moving kiosk that you know, for 3 months would be at the main, and then for 3 months would be at the north sub, and 3 months would be at the south sub, and it would just be something that, you know, all the officers don't really have the opportunity to come down here and see what's here, but it would be something that would revolve around, and all officers would be able to get to see something, and then once they know, you know, that particular kiosk very well, just because whether it's in front of their show up or showdown or whatever, then it would be rotated out and a new one would be placed in there.
Right.
So new stuff for them to view and learn about. You know, we thought it'd be interesting. The main drawbacks that we have are we don't have any funds to do anything.